There you go. We're recording. All right. We are
now
live.
We are live.
Now we're live.
Now we're live.
It's GloucesterCast 377. It is January 22nd. We have two podcast versions in the office today. We're going to start with our introductions.
Good morning, Cape Ann, Gloucester, Joey. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, my birthday.
It's your birthday today?
You didn't know that?
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Jim Capillo, I'm with Cape Ann Live.
Hi, I'm Lisa Olson. I'm with Jim, Cape Ann Live.
Jimmy D, I'm on bass, and Patty Ann's on keyboard, and there's our lead singer.
Yeah.
Nice.
You had that all prepared, didn't you?
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, no, I'm Joey
Patty
Schmidt, your host. We have
Ralph's on assignment, we have to say that.
Ralph's
Ralph's on assignment.
on assignment. Yes, he is.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
He's out there.
Out there.
Yeah.
Incognito.
Tell me about Cape Ann Live.
Well, Cape Ann Live is it's basically a loose formation of three people, or actually four with John Russ, that started after I left local cable voluntarily last spring. I was approached by a local woman, and she had the vision of starting something like this. And she wanted me to tweak it a little bit. So I came in and helped her and actually started forming it out of that. I mean, it really
And
grew
go
from
back
that.
to what is it?
It's,
So people know.
it's basically a Facebook channel.
Mhm.
And we also have a YouTube version of it where once the Facebook is actually live, so we put all live stuff on Facebook.
Like this
Like today,
podcast, yeah.
right, like
You
today.
stream it.
And then once we get done with that, I'll take it, edit it, put the music on it, the graphics and all the other stuff, and then it goes and lives on YouTube.
Right.
So anybody can go to YouTube and check out Cape Ann Live, and you'll get all our videos that we've done previously up there.
And the main part of the content is local sports.
Yeah,
but not just that.
No. It started off as news, sports, and local events to basically have everybody input their own stuff. I mean, without sending out a crew or anything. And one of our very first respondents was the mayor. She went out and did two little events of her on her own within the first couple days, and I was really surprised about that. And then they're still on the site up there if anyone wants to go watch them. So we had Sapathia go out and get involved right away. And the sports really grew out of me talking to Lisa about...
Legendary Lisa Olson.
Legendary. Yeah.
Legendary. Been involved.
That goes without
Legend.
saying. Yeah.
Lisa, you've been involved with the youth of our city. I mean,
Forever.
I'm 50. Am I 52 or 53?
52.
Today.
But I remember playing. I remember
Yeah.
Little League.
Pee Wee football.
Yeah.
Little League
League, yeah.
baseball.
And I was coaching then.
You were coaching way back then.
Yeah.
And you haven't let up.
Right. Loving life. It's keeping me young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so what do you do now? Like, what is your job, and how many different things do you have your hand in with local, activities and stuff?
I'm always involved in something.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't, then somebody finds me. Right now, I'm doing the Cape Ann Live with Jim. I work at the middle school in Gloucester. But after school is when everything picks up. I have now I'm on the second generation. I have three granddaughters, God bless, and just what I wanted. And the middle child is involved in dancing, which I don't do, but she's playing right now. She's playing basketball, and they saw me come in, and I'm the coach of the 7th grade travel team here in Gloucester. She did 4 years of playing with the Pirates with me. She's just finished that last spring. That was my 42nd year coaching, which is awesome. Love it every year. It was just Little League baseball. You can't beat it. It's just so much fun.
Yeah.
I did when my children were younger, I did the East Gloucester Vikings. Went the Ramit with that, with football, basketball, and softball. Kiara does flag football in the fall, which is tons of fun.
Yeah, those games are great.
Oh, that's just so much fun.
Yeah.
So it goes with the season. Whatever the season is, you'll find me somewhere involved in with a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Especially being outside is the best thing ever.
So you're kind of like the production and the camera guy,
Yes, yeah.
and
And myself and Phil
And Phil
Nicastro.
Nicastro kind of call the games.
Right.
Yep.
And the production value is really good.
Yeah.
You really the camera angles and everything. You watching the game, even if you can't get down to Talbot Rink
Right.
or to the high school, you really feel like
You're there.
You're there.
That's
Yeah.
always been my gig, though, is the technical aspect of all this, because I was shooting news at Channel 10 in Rhode Island way back in the 80s, and like we were talking about the technology, the cameras back then, this little phone right here has more resolution and more than those 40-pound things that I was
I was
hauling
going to
around
say,
in
you
the
can
80s.
actually lift it with your hand.
Yeah,
You
well,
don't have to-
I could never lift any of those cameras nowadays.
Right, right.
They're just so heavy and ancient. So it really puts Facebook and YouTube and all that, really puts the power to the people right in your hand.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it really sort of obsoletes what we know as local cable, unfortunately, because everybody has the power right there to go shoot news, sports, or whatever.
Well, I'll say this though, I don't think it completely obsoletes it because
Oh, no.
there's so many people that
Right.
are afraid of technology, and I mean, we can laugh. You and I are gadget people, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we love tinkering. We love being able to get this information out there. There are a lot of people that they will not.
Right.
They will not. Like you can give them step-by-step instructions to do it, but they do have a story to tell.
Yes.
So it serves a need, just like what you're doing. I feel like there's room for everybody.
Oh, of course. Yeah. It certainly is.
Yeah.
The only issue that I have with the camera angles is I noticed the last few games you've had the camera focused on the other team's play calling. And
That's my buddy Bill.
Oh, Bill! Bill, you got to stop that, man. Everybody's getting in trouble. That's
know,
not allowed anymore.
What's really cool about it is like Mike Cusabano's out in California, who's a legend here. It's an athlete in went to University of Cincinnati, played on the Patriots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he played. He was a replacement player, which we don't care. It's still he played in the
Yeah,
Patriots. He
we're
had the
legit.
uniform
Yeah,
on.
absolutely.
Pete Kelly, who's a sports guy, originally Hamilton guy, lived in Gloucester. He's in Florida. So these guys are turning in the games and watching the games from California and Florida, and that's what's cool about this technology.
I watch the games when it's slow down the dock. I look forward to watching the games, and they're exciting.
The technology is just to the point that everybody. I mean, we have a person in Ireland that watches all the games. It's just amazing. So everybody's got the
amazing.
power of a worldwide network right here. Anyone can pop on,
Yeah.
and you can do
Yeah.
worldwide. Everybody's going to watch it.
I'd say, you say the cable channels are kind of take a hit. Like I think the newspapers are like the ones that take the real
Definitely.
hit
Yeah.
because of people consume their news just a different way, or it's really not necessarily news, but they get their information a different way,
Right.
mainly through Facebook nowadays. I mean, everybody just what's happening in town. Someone puts it out there, and people share it, and that's how people seem to get their news.
And
nowadays.
that was one of the reasons that we set
Good
this
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good
Scottie
morning.
Mack is with us.
Hey,
Hey, buddy.
it's nice and warm.
Good to see you,
Scott,
buddy.
Yeah, no.
Good. How are you? Good to see you.
Oh, a kiss from Scottie
Hey,
Mack.
there you
Oh,
go.
wow.
Let's sneak in here
How you doing? Check the pillow.
Coming in incognito with the glasses.
with the shades on.
Love it. Love it.
And it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's also not 11:30.
I know. It's very surprising. I thought you said Scotty said earlier to us, don't even think about.
No, we
Don't even
discussed
put me on the list.
that exact thing. We said, "Oh no, it's 8:30. We won't see Scotty."
I bet you he had to wake up to pee. And as
Yeah,
he
that
was
might
peeing,
be
he's
it.
like,
He got a
"Since I'm up."
notification on his phone.
Yes,
They're
since I'm
taping
up.
live.
Yeah.
He's living right around the corner.
I'm
He
right
shoots
around
right down.
Joey, you know what? You're a very good detective. Right around the corner helps a lot better than West Gloucester.
Yeah, I agree.
There you go.
I agree.
I know. It only took me 3 minutes.
What did
this
I
morning.
interrupt?
No, we're talking about
Oh.
Cape Band Live. These guys are doing a fantastic
What
job.
is it?
Cape Band
Oh,
Live.
yes.
And all the
Facebook,
games
yeah.
that we've been able to watch the games even if you can't get there.
So the hardest thing, though, that we had to get across was that we're a video channel and not someplace where you can pop up your still pictures and all that
Yeah.
stuff, because we try to keep that off of there. political ads and all that stuff. And it's kind of tough
Speaking
because
of political ads, yeah.
yeah.
As
But
we're scrolling through them.
we wanted to keep it as a video channel itself. So everything that goes up there should be in video form, and that way, and like you said, the newspaper has its own little gig going on. You go, if you don't know how to read, you're in trouble going there.
Right.
With the video, you can actually sit, listen to the game, or listen to a podcast, or whatever. So it's been a little bit of an issue that we had to get that across to people, that it's just video, and it's not go plop up your events or anything, your still pictures or things like that. But I think people have got
Yeah, so Jim, set up what you have to set up. When you're going to any type of game, how many camera angles or anything else, because people are watching it and they see it and they love it, but I don't think they understand what you were doing before to get that.
Do you have a
and
kiss
it's
cam?
really decent.
A kiss cam.
Kiss cam.
We need that for
very
Valentine's Day.
Very important.
You have to be careful nowadays with the kiss cams. Typically, I'm there an hour and a half before game time, and what it entails is obviously setting the camera up. It's a regular broadcast camera, so I have to come out with wires coming out of it, going into the interface that goes to the web. And once that's all set up, then I check all the batteries, check the connections, do a test. So that's typically about an hour to an hour and a half before game time.
You're going to come on, you're going to sit right here.
Okay.
Carl Ellis.
Sorry, I'm late.
That's fine, no problem. No, we keep it loose here. No, we're not trying to act like we're some kind of big time production. We're just Carl Ellis.
Hey, wait a minute! What did you tell me earlier?
Big time production.
But thanks.
Carl's with Cape Ann Youth Legends. Young Legends Street Hockey.
Close. Young Legend Street Hockey.
Yeah.
I know,
All
it's an
right,
oxymoron. But.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Cool.
So an hour and a half ahead of time. You saw what I was before we started taping.
Yeah.
You saw me scrambling.
Yep.
I had like a half an hour, But my setup is probably more simple than yours.
Yeah,
Joe.
it's just one camera that I set up.
Yeah.
I would have to bring more stuff, and
Everything's on a tripod.
everything's on a tripod, right?
Yeah.
Fluid head tripod, so everything's nice and smooth.
Right.
Because that has to translate to the viewer, like you said. You want to be able to watch the game and not become
Dizzy.
aware of the video.
Right.
So if you get shaking and everything's out of focus,
Wouldn't you say, Jim, that the number one accessory you can use when taking video would be a tripod?
oh, definitely.
There's not, and nothing's even close, right?
Nothing is close, and
Yeah. Even still photography, like people don't understand, like if you have it on a tripod, there's no movement. Everything is capturing segments in time, and especially with digital, when you move, the camera has to recalculate every little dot
Yes.
of what's happening and to produce that image.
It's not like film used to be years ago. Everything is totally different.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have a tripod, you're really risking people turning you off.
Yeah.
If you watch the news people that are out in the field, they'll have the camera balanced on their shoulder, and and it doesn't move because they're good at it.
Yeah.
And they'll have it either their arm braced in here and holding the camera, and it's rock solid.
Yeah.
And that's what any news director is going to tell you. You're all over the place. You're out of focus. You're shaking. People are not going to watch this video. So even if you're doing it with this, you want to be very. Well, the number one tip is don't hold it like this. Hold it like this.
God.
Yeah.
God.
That's true.
It fills the frame this
Don't
way.
even know.
Don't
even
hold
know.
your camera like this. Hold it like this.
Yeah. No,
I think
I've
there's a direct correlation between the shaking and the number of beverages.
Oh
that is
yeah.
in the video.
Oh
Glad
definitely.
you brought it up.
Well, it's either beverage you have or haven't taken.
Yeah.
Right.
In some cases, the more beverages, you might be a little less shaken.
Right.
But I think that, but nowadays, for cell phones, they have those gyro, the Osmo.
Yeah.
So you can actually almost like run, and
We tested
it keeps. We tested one,
Yeah.
and it keeps the.
Did it look like the Blair Witch Project? Or did it actually...
No, a little bit. No, they actually
It's
do a good
freaky.
job.
It's-
How,
Phil does. Phil McCastro will do his cell phone and do a game and do
I think he's
Cape
doing
Ann
one
Live.
tonight. Yeah.
Yeah,
with a cell phone
Yeah.
but on a tripod.
on a tripod.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's done that, and it's come out pretty well. It's
Yeah. It's not bad.
The
because
technology is every year. Like it's amazing how the leaps from year to year.
incredible.
Like we're finally at a point where like 90% of what goes on our blog. Well, I don't know about 90% because Pat and I would say half of what goes on our blog is shot on cell phones.
Yeah.
And it's heavy photography and video.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, if you're really good at it, you can make stuff come out really, really, really nice with this technology right here.
Yeah.
And now the 11, the iPhone 11 is even better than these
so
things.
3 cameras. So where can people find your stuff?
We are on Facebook. If you go to Facebook, just type in the search bar, Cape Ann Live, and it'll pop up. And the same on YouTube. Just type in youtube.com and Cape Ann Live in the search bar.
Yeah, and people should follow you so that way they'll get notifications.
Yes.
And the notifications are key because you can actually see it. You're streaming it live.
Right.
And then what I didn't realize until yesterday was you take those live ones down, edit them, and then you put up the YouTube edited video with the titles and stuff like that.
Yeah, so, and that just facilitates people being able to watch the finished version with graphics and music and all that stuff.
Yeah, and a problem that I had a long time ago, and it's not the case anymore with Cape Ann TV. Cape Ann TV is great. I love Cape Ann TV, but the problem I had before was they would air shows a couple times, and then they would be gone. Now with YouTube and Cape Ann TV, Studio 1623 is utilizing this now. They have online directories with YouTube and that you can access these things. Not if you miss it when it airs on television, you can go back and see it, which I think is very important for not just the people that want to watch it, but the people that are creating the content. Yes. Because you're putting all this energy and effort into it, and then
it goes away.
And it goes away. You're kind of like, what am I doing here? You know.
And that's the unfortunate part, because if you look back to the Seneca days, where all that stuff was on tape. When I worked there, I mean, there was thousands of tapes just laying around.
Yeah. It was awesome.
But they never got transferred over to YouTube.
I know.
I don't know what happened to all the tapes, but it's a shame to lose all that.
Well, I remember taking the class, and it was all on tape, but the cameras that we were learning on had slots for SD cards, and I says, well, I kind of want to know how to use the SD card because I had a camera that had an SD card, and that's the main reason I was there, was to learn, and they would only teach you how to do it with the tape and how to edit the tape and why it had to be a certain time so it would fit into the parameters of the time of the hours or half-hour segments, and it was very frustrating to me. And then to see the tapes and say, well, you can't access that. Like the YouTube, you can put, but YouTube did have time limits back then.
Yes.
You could only really put a 15-minute video. Now YouTube, you could stream up to 8 hours now straight on YouTube. Which
I think Facebook's 4, wasn't it?
Facebook might be 4.
That's going to be great for McCarthy's solo career.
Yeah.
8 hours of McCarthy.
People are jumping off the bridge.
Tim, what's your upcoming schedule? What do you got today?
Well,
week? What do you got?
Usually I'll chat with Lisa during the week, and she'll pick out a couple of games that well, you take it from here. I'm not going to do all the talking.
We're trying to do everybody. We're trying to do Manchester, Essex. We're trying to do Rockport. We're trying to do Gloucester. So we look at the games that we haven't done. Like, we haven't done Rockport Girls. We're going to do them this Friday night. We're trying to get everyone on more than once. I mean, it's just the 3 of us, so it's hard. But we also want to incorporate, we did cross-country in the fall, which was really cool. We did the high school Northeast Conference cross-country meet down at Stageford Park.
Oh, wow. And
to do a cross-country meet, usually they used to be in Ravenswood, that you'd say hello and then you'd say goodbye. It's the cross-country meet, they started Tablet Rock, they ran up to Western Ave, then they ran across Cressy's Beach. So it was really neat. So we got to watch the whole part there, and then they went down to like Lovers Lane. We missed that part and came up the hill, and then we caught the end part. We did the boys and the girls. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're trying to we want to do wrestling. We want to get the sports, the sports that aren't big time, the hockey, football. Yeah. We want to do those things.
Right. I have a question for you on that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
A simple request. There are 2 underappreciated high school sports that need your help.
Yep.
Tennis and golf.
Yep.
So If you could
That was, I was captain of my tennis team. He was captain of the golf team at Bishop Fenway.
If you could show those two sports some love, we join
What do you
Either
do?
that or we don't get invited back, right?
You got kids that play now. I'm only kidding. We wanted to do golf. We talked about golf,
Yes,
but it
we
never
did.
materialized because that would be so
Really?
much fun. We could get a cart and fall around. That
Yeah.
didn't happen this fall. We will do it next fall. Tennis might be difficult,
Well, it's
Because
not that
I was
hard.
thinking
You get-
about it.
I mean, you got to get behind and up.
Yeah.
Behind the fence.
but
and
there's
up.
no hill.
Are you looking
I think
for
there's-
Are you looking for any help?
Sure.
Always.
So
Yeah.
so if
Yeah,
you
that
had
could help
so I
out
mean
golf.
if you had other people that could
Yeah.
Yeah.
cover them, because
Absolutely.
that's the power of this your whole platform. I
Right.
would think is that
the more we
the
can
more
do,
you
the
have,
better.
like I feel like some of the failings of traditional media is they have certain amount of people on
Right.
staff,
Right.
and that's as much as they can get.
Yes.
Facebook is
Everyone.
everyone.
Yeah.
The whole world is
Right.
a contributor.
And that's what the channel is all about. Basically, where it's been short is people contributing their own videos to the channel, where anybody can go on. You can go on right now, and we can pop this up live on Cape Ann Live.
Joe has some really good videos.
I'm
So my
afraid.
question
I'm
for
afraid
Lisa-
to ask.
My question for Lisa was with technology today, and you were talking about the iPhone 11
Yeah.
and trying to cover cross country where you say hi and bye, and now you can see a little bit more. Do you have the capability to strap an iPhone 11 to somebody with one of the stabilizers and go live, where you can
Yeah.
go on the trail with
That'd
them
be
and
cool.
then
Well,
put that in there?
That's a little difficult because now you have to have either you'd have to have the phone, which is going to be by itself on the channel, and that would be it would be
It
difficult.
would just be it would be
What a
a single
GoPro.
person's.
It would be right. It would be a single person.
You could
What a
record it and
GoPro.
then add it in
And then we're
afterwards.
talking the MIAA and all the fun stuff there
Yeah.
you talked about, and
You're dealing with kids.
Yeah.
You
We
could
actually
put-
got
Or even drone, where you
GoPro
plug in drone to
the
it.
GoPro. As I was thinking,
GoPro
yeah.
drone
on like
Yeah.
the
Just
first,
to-
the favored. You know,
Yeah.
whoever
That would be
they
interesting
think
is if you
favored.
if you taped it, then you did a little picture-in-picture up in the corner of the first person.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be really cool.
Well,
You know, and
It's
you
interesting
and you sync it
That'd
up
be
with the
cool.
same time frame.
it's interesting that you mentioned that because when I was the program director down in North Attleboro, we did in conjunction with the high school, we did a track meet down there. Now we had everybody at the beginning at the high school. We had live from the high school. We had that capability, and we sent someone out in a pickup truck, and this thing worked the nuts. People thought I was crazy.
Yeah.
We had a crew in a pickup truck
Oh, that's cool.
for the front runners, and we edited that in later. And so it wasn't live like you were talking.
Right, right.
But later on, when we had the finished version, everything was in there.
That's cool.
And we were just talking back and forth. Okay, cue the announcer in the back of the pickup truck. And we marked the time down and just put that in at that spot. And it looked like we were sending it
Oh
out.
yeah, very
It's
cool.
just fun
to the
getting
truck.
creative with it.
No,
Yeah.
it really is,
Yeah.
especially for us old folk. We need something.
Exactly, yeah.
We need something.
Yeah, right.
right? To not drive us crazy. But we did that with Adventure Man. Remember, we had
yeah.
him coming
Yeah, the
in.
running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Facebook is like the tools that we have at our disposal for free is outrageous. What
it's
is
crazy. It
yeah,
is.
like in the studio kind of platforms that we have that are available for free
Yeah.
compared to like just 10 years ago is bananas to me. But anyway, thank you guys for coming on.
You're welcome.
I'm going to put a link where people can find it. We're going to keep on sharing your videos so people can find
Excellent.
you.
That's
and,
awesome.
And the content is awesome. I'm sure the kids love seeing themselves on TV. And,
Well, it's kind of cool. Like Kate Delaney, I don't know if you know Kate, the senior. She played on the field hockey team. She was really good. Her father used the tape to send to college.
oh yeah,
He went on not the tape, but he went on the YouTube link and sent that to college. So, I mean, that's cool. These kids can have these tapes. Not that they couldn't 10 years ago too, but
Right.
it's better quality, better whatever, and maybe the she had a good game, and
Yeah.
that's
No, it's
cool.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm sure grandparents,
Yeah.
aunts, uncles. I love watching. I love watching the games, and I don't even have a relative playing.
Yeah.
It's just I love sports anyway. But thank you guys for coming on.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome to stay. If you have to leave, you can leave. Totally up to you.
I'm going to go back to where I'm supposed to be.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't tell
Get
me
back
when
to
I'm on
school.
lunch break.
No one will know. No one will
Now,
know.
hey, good luck.
Oh, thank you.
You know,
Good to
I'm
see
looking.
you.
I'm a big proponent of it.
Thank you.
Yeah, we
Right,
got to
man,
start
always a
videotaping
Good to see you.
roller hockey too.
Have fun.
All
Bring
right.
it on.
I'll see you guys. Thanks for coming
All right,
in.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Carl, slide right in. Take that seat right there. Jimmy, if you want to go there.
I'll jump over.
There you go. Perfect.
That's a move.
Carl Ellis, tell us all about what. Tell us all about your.
So thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
We're trying to get you for like 2 months.
I know. And I think you're related to Anthony, right? Shimataro? Is that
Anthony Shimataro? Maybe. I don't know.
cousin? Maybe. Well,
Probably.
he's one of our. Anyway, he might not be. So Young Legends was started back in the summer of 2004. We started out very humbly. We had 4 teams of 35 kids. And
Wait, 4 teams of 35?
Yeah,
A team had 35 kids?
4 teams with 35 players spread amongst them. So we had
okay, 35.
8 or 9, 7 kids per team.
Right,
and,
right.
It was a very humble beginnings, but it started to take off. And we started to introduce more ideas into the program. So we did more skill development. We did some strength conditioning workouts. We did a mini camp. The always popular 7th and 8th graders versus the coaches game, which I think that's why a lot of our coaches come back just to play in that game. Double elimination playoffs. This year we're transitioning to a permanent trophy that is going to be like the Stanley Cup. And we're going to engrave the teams on there. Yeah. So it hopefully will boost the competition of the playoffs even more. But our program has grown over the last. This is going to be the 17th summer.
Wow. And where have you played in the past?
Me personally, or
where has the program
it
played?
has always run at the Stage Fort Park basketball court.
Okay.
And
what's the hours? What's the time frame on that?
We play Friday nights and Saturday mornings in the summer. So June through August, usually you get 1 hour game, 50-minute games, 2 25-minute halves, although the rink may change that. But we go from June to August, and that's been the model. So we're big advocates of kids playing multiple sports, so we've tried to plan the program around baseball so that kids can do both. Not always easy, but
especially with rainouts and
rainouts, you bet.
Don't go insane.
And that's our program in general. In 2018, we became an official nonprofit, a 501(c), and our board decided that we would take on this project of building a rink. And as many of you guys probably already know, street hockey has been a major part of Gloucester. While designing this rink, I've gotten a chance to talk to people about the make-believe league up at the old Hovey School, which my dad played in. He told me a story one time of he had to go to a band concert and play the trumpet, and he got smashed in the face. And my grandmother was not too thrilled about that. But I'm forgetting Steve LeBlanc on the city council. He had mentioned that him and his buddies would go from business to business trying to get money to get shirts for their own street hockey team. So it's been really fun to hear those stories. So I believe that this city has earned this rink, and we're taking in the past generations, the current, and the future generations to make a really state-of-the-art street hockey rink in Gloucester.
Where is that? Where's the plan?
So we're going to be putting the rink in where the basketball court is now. We got a CPA grant about $100,000. That's given us a good start, but we got a long way to go. But it's going to go right. It's going to replace that basketball court, and it's actually going to be 160 feet by 80. And the reason why that size rink is because we want to be able to have sanctioned national level tournaments here in Gloucester. Wow. So
what a spot for it too.
And to pick up on that, we are partnering up with USA Ball Hockey, which is basically the governing body of street hockey in this country, and they will sanction an event that we could potentially have national teams come here and play and compete in the tournament. And you guys know this town, the city's awesome with the venues that it could offer, from food. You're here in the summer going to whale watch, go to the beach in between games, or depending on how. It's a perfect site, and we feel like, if this is my poor analogy, if you will, is that if street hockey was a party, Gloucester and Young Legends would be right at the doorstep, ready to get in. And the only thing that's holding us back is the rink, is the place to play, because we're looking to see street hockey be in the Olympics in the coming years. So this is a growing sport, and I can't say how excited we are because it's an awesome project.
So is there a fundraising effort right now?
Yeah, so we got a couple of things going on right now. Current year to date, we are at $118,000 that we've raised. Most for the CPA grant. Young Legends ourselves, we do little fundraising. We do bowling, jalapenos night, things like that. So we're able to put in some amount as well. It's up to about $10,000 now. And then the Gloucester Fishermen's Athletic Association, they pledged $10,000. Where we are now, though, is we're trying to get in front of the banks like Institution for Savings and Bank Gloucester. And what we'll be doing is going to local businesses with a donor book to see if people want to get their businesses right on the boards. So we've got a lot of ideas coming up. I asked the board; they told me to keep it private. We have a big donor that we're meeting with coming up on January 31st, and it's going to be a great opportunity. We'll see what we get, but we're still trying to figure out more ideas. We do have.
What's your goal?
So
I'm hearing a lot of different numbers, but
$1 billion. Hold it. $1 billion.
Baby.
Thanks for the gumball, Mickey.
Billion would have a state-of-the-art rink. The numbers has changed a little bit because of our partnership with USA Ball Hockey. The original rink design was 140 feet. But when we talked to USA Ball Hockey, they said, if you guys really want a sanctioned national tournament there in Gloucester, we really need you to get to 160. So that was a really good conversation with Mike Hale at the DPW. He agreed with it, and he just said to me, it's always more money. So the way it's going to be broken down is in this stages. The first stage for us to get to the rink to actually be built will be boards, excavating, and we're putting an asphalt bed with a concrete lining so the boards can actually mount into that, and tile. This tile is like a plastic. Really, the technology is incredible because it will expand in the summer but then contract in the winter.
So you'll use it in the winter too, or they be removable boards?
It will stay permanent. Stay permanent. Okay. Yeah, because there's been talk about people maybe trying to skate up there. Our conversations with Mike have been sort of, winters aren't as cold anymore, and how long are we going to be able to use it for but we're all for that too if people want to use it. But to answer your question, the price keeps climbing when you do that. So we need about $275,000 to get started. Yeah.
And I heard 118.
118. Yeah. So we got a ways to go.
Where's that bid guy? We need him to go through.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good start. I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Is there any deadlines or anything you have?
We need to get the other part of this year is we're trying to get ready for our 2020 season. So trying to build a rink, and we're looking at a timeline of trying to start building in September. So we're not going to get in it for this season, unfortunately, but next year. But like I said, we have meetings coming up that we're excited about that could potentially get us to a little bit closer to where we need to be.
Sure.
But that's the first stage. It will be fully loaded. It's going to have bleachers, a scoreboard, and what am I forgetting? Benches. We want it to be a staple, and it will have lights. So we're looking at,
it'll be really cool.
Yeah, building it as time goes on. I don't have any pictures for you guys today, but I can.
No, I mean that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to set the picture up for people who are now thinking about this, and maybe they agree that they can throw in something.
Yeah.
So is it a men and young adults?
Right now, Young Legends has always been for kids, to the 9 to 14-year-olds.
Okay.
But the rink will become our lifeline, which will allow us to expand our program offerings to high school level kids and adults. We actually run an adult tournament right now. This is year 3 of it. First year we had 6 teams, second year 7 at the O'Malley rink. They open it up and we play an Ironman tournament. So you play 12-minute games. You're dead by the end of the day. You can't even move the next day.
Yeah.
Our team still hasn't won it yet. Mostly we've lost 2 years in a row in the championship game. But 12-minute games, double elimination. You play a round robin, all in one day, and that's been a good fundraiser for us as well. This year we're getting a sponsorship from Cliff Bar, and they're going to be giving us a bunch of stuff. And Milik, who is
Didn't they invent the street hockey stick in the
You
ball?
bet,
I
you
just
bet.
watched
Yeah.
a special
You
on
got-
that.
on
Yeah.
Channel
I'm like,
5,
how do I
yeah.
know that name?
Yeah, that was
Miley.
the combination of his son's first name and last name is
You
how
got
they
it.
got the company name.
Yeah,
Whoa.
so I don't know.
Scottie.
That's why we have you.
And they made the original street hockey pads. You know,
got
more
it.
magazines on the shins taped up, Joe.
That's right.
The magazines.
So they're gonna might put a vendor table up at our tournament this year. So we have actually a good partnership with them as well. So for the rink, we're going to become, like I said, we have a donor book that we're going to be handing out to local businesses because we want people to be a part of this, what we think is the best project in the world. But you know,
Of
You're
course.
passionate. You're
You
passionate.
know,
That's
so-
it. You know, make it happen.
absolutely.
That's
So
awesome.
That's good stuff.
that's the
So is there a place people can donate?
There was a GoFundMe page through Facebook, which is on our Facebook page, and that's where people we've gotten some donations through that. If you want to, throw in $20 or whatever, that's where. So there's a GoFundMe.
Is that live right now still?
It is
So we
live.
should link to that in the show notes.
Okay, I can. I don't know. I have to send it to you. It's on Facebook right now. On
I
our
can
Young
grab it.
Legends page.
Yeah.
Okay, it's on there. But our team is incredibly dedicated to making it that the city would be really proud of, and we're grateful to even have the opportunity to do this. This has been a long time in the making. So
Once the rink is built,
Yeah.
is it going to be similar to other ice rinks where you'll have court time instead of ice time, where you can generate funds to keep the upkeep and stuff like that?
That's a great question. That's a great
Yeah.
question. Right now, our agreement with the DPW is not completely finalized, but it basically will be run kind of like the Gloucester Little League does with their fields. And what we'll do is basically work with the city to have definitely open rink time, so that the goal is to have a bunch of kids just go up there and use it. I mean, that would be great. You know what I mean? But if there's an organized event, you do have to block off a certain time that we'll get for you.
Sure.
And there's a lot of people asking if they could do other things, like Sean Nolan had mentioned lacrosse practice and women's roller derby and
baby.
Nice.
so
Sign me up.
yeah.
My daughter has played up at Danvers Indoor Sports. That
Roller derby?
no,
Oh.
soccer, indoor soccer,
Yeah, you could even play soccer.
and like with the boards, and there's never out of bounds.
And
I
I've
know.
done indoor field hockey.
I was
That a lot.
There's
I was
so much.
watching-
There's so much opportunity for something like this that you could do.
I was watching Shark Tank the other night, and there's this league that this guy's trying to create where you put yourself in the middle of this big plastic ball, and it's a playoff of soccer, and you basically chase a ball around, but you can hit other people, and oh my god, it looks so fun, and it looked difficult to get injured, but
Bubble boy soccer.
it's basically bubble boy soccer. There was a name for it, but there are leagues
Yeah.
here in the United States.
Connor is wondering if figure skating is allowed.
There's no ice. It's
There's no ice.
It's a court. Yeah, it's concrete or.
But
Yeah.
Connor, if you want to make a
Is it
donation,
concrete or is it the kind of the thing that the track is made out of? It has a little sponginess.
Good
to it.
question. It's actually a different material altogether. It's an actual type of plastic. If you guys are familiar with Leominster is actually the home of street hockey. It's where
Is it?
Lilac was created and all that jazz. They created a tile that has a little bit of it's a plastic. I should have brought it with me, but I didn't have it with me. It has some gripping to it. We're probably not going to go with grip because people have recommended rollerblading on it. So that's another thing, like you mentioned, we could open it up and have a public rollerblading hour if you wanted to.
Right,
and
right.
people. But the idea is that the rink is completely open at all times, unless an
No, Milek developed that plastic floor too, because they were originally
They
a
did.
plastic company.
They did.
And that's how they came
did
up with
do that as
Yeah,
well.
the hockey blade for street hockey and the balls.
And the balls. We
And the
still
pads.
use it. And the pads, everything. That's
Yeah.
what we still use in our league.
Accessories, helmets, everything.
So we're trying to get them to be. We work with them. I'm actually going for a visit there soon to
Oh, right
visit
on.
the actual site and see how they do things. But,
have you
There she
gone to,
is. It's Kim and Shasha.
have you gone to like the Boston Bruins to see if
They are
Bruins
they are
are
on
on?
our lineup. They
Yeah.
are on the lineup because the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Capitals put in 6 rinks in their areas.
Wow.
So we're going to be.
Do you know Barry Hanrahan?
I do not.
He's the general manager of the Flyers, and he's from Gloucester.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes,
you know
he's a
what?
flyer guy.
And but he's also a big fan of Good Morning Gloucester, so you may listen to this and might be able to reach out to
Barry,
him.
if you're listening.
Awesome.
What's your next
love,
big
Barry.
fundraiser? I'm hearing the GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. The next big one is we're still working out the details. It's the Gloucester Police versus the Gloucester Fire street hockey game at the Gloucester High School. So Brian LaFada has been working with us on this, but the reason why it hasn't happened yet is because they don't want us to tear up their floor, which I respect. So, but I hear they're getting a new floor, which is why we may be able to get in.
Get it just before they tear it all up.
Exactly, get the game in there. So
we should cover the game, Joe.
That would be awesome.
And I could bring the PA for announcing the game.
Yes.
Oh, what fun that would be!
great.
Yeah.
Is
Is there a date yet?
There isn't a date yet. We're
okay.
still working with Brian. It's probably going to be the end of March, early April.
You get a date together, let us know, and I'll be more than happy to set up a PA and have some fun with that.
Well, it's perfect because we do know a PA. The way we're going to design it as, it's going to be kind of fun where we introduce the players and they're the stars of the day, and then intermission we'll have like a fun shootout raffle thing and let the kids. But that's the game plan. We always, as an organization, always try to think big and try to separate ourselves from others because, as you guys know, competition just keeps getting. Kids can play baseball, they can play football, they can play flag football.
Oh, trust me.
I love golf too. So actually, in all fairness, if I probably gone to golf early, I may not have gone into hockey at all. So,
there you go.
So that's where
There you go. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
We'll put links to the Facebook page and the GoFundMe in the show notes.
Awesome.
And
There's a donor calling right now.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, you're welcome to stay if you want. If you have to be somewhere, you can take off.
Go to work. So
All right.
thank you guys.
Thanks for coming in.
Awesome.
Carl
Good luck.
Ellis,
Good luck.
Thank you.
Youth Legend Street Hockey. And look who we have here, Shasha.
This is Charlotte.
You're welcome.
And
Welcome.
Kim Smith.
Glad you're here.
And we brought some cookies that we made this morning.
Oh,
Let's get the cookies out.
Did she sign the waiver yet?
Yeah, we know. So.
Here we go.
Now I can't swear.
Charlotte, we made the dough yesterday and the cookies this morning. And that one's for you. Guess what that is? It goes like this.
It's a penis.
It's a little doggy.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Charlotte. She doesn't know what that means.
You put that on the shape
Thank
of
you,
it.
Charlotte.
Thank you, Charlotte.
There you go.
Did you help make those?
Yes, you did. Did you help me make the sugar
They
cookies?
look like your dress. They look like the hearts on your dress.
Jimmy, you guys want cookies?
I love that. That might have been a puzzle.
Thank you.
Those
Sound
are-
like they're pretty good.
They're good. Chris is eating the little doggy cookie.
I'm gonna have.
Oh, is that Bo?
Yeah, that
Very
that
good.
was actually our dog.
I'm
Rosie.
gonna
That
have
was
a heart.
Scottie.
Rosie, there you
Do
go.
you like it? Yeah. Okay.
All right, pass Shasha a cookie.
Thank you, Scottie.
There you go, honey.
Her
Joey, did
lunch
it-
today.
Oh, you didn't get one?
I didn't get one.
It's silly me.
You can't take
He was
cookies
gonna
away
put
from
them
a
in
fat
his
kid.
desk.
They're for your coffee. So
There you go.
we're not going to keep you guys. We just want to say.
Well, thanks for
hi.
dropping off the cookies.
You're welcome.
Nice to see you.
Yeah. Say bye.
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 Bye, Shasha.
How old are you? How old are you?
2.
Wow.
And you made these cookies?
Yeah.
Delicious.
Wow.
Wow.
Delicious.
You did a good
Did you
job.
wash your hands before you made them?
Yeah.
That's a good girl.
Kinda.
That's a good girl.
Look, they match her skirt.
Do you remember?
The dress.
Do you remember
Yes.
that's Joey and Chris?
Hi.
There's Chris behind you, and this is Scottie.
I'm
You remember
Scottie.
what Scottie
I'm gonna have
wore?
2.
And there's Jimmy, and there's my friend Pat over there.
Good morning, Charlotte. I'm so glad to see you. I was hoping you were going to sit right here next to me.
Aw.
Yeah, but I thought you're just eating a turkey right now.
I am eating a cookie right now, and it's so good. Thank you for sharing.
But I thought you just like turkeys.
She does like cookies.
Yes,
maybe
I
she-
do.
maybe
I thought she
loves
said turkeys.
I did too. And she's right on both counts.
We're,
Yeah.
we're going on our way to see some farm animals at Tendercroft Farm.
Hey, wait, hey, your favorite farm animal is the llama.
Oh, your favorite
The llama.
farm animal is the llama?
That's wonderful.
That is awesome.
Okay,
Joe's
bye.
is the
See
sheep.
Bruce and Ringo.
Joe likes the sheep.
Right, this is dead radio time. Sorry.
Oh, it's great. I'm sure everybody loves to see
But,
it.
all right, listen. to say goodbye now. Bye.
Say bye to everybody on TV.
Have fun at the farm.
Bye.
Bye,
Leaving, they're all gonna
Shasha.
log off.
Thanks for bringing the cookies.
Okay,
Stay with us. She's leaving, but stay with us.
See you, Sally.
There you go. Wow.
Joe, don't you like
awesome.
farm animal, the sheep? You go to the farm?
Goat herders?
Huh?
Goats.
No, sheep. I heard you like sheep.
I like sheep.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Well, that's
that.
the rumor.
We went to Salem
Yeah.
2 days ago.
We did.
Yeah,
Missed it.
We had a hell of a time.
You went
it was
to
great.
We went to, so there's how many? We went to 2 different breweries and then we went to the pizza place.
Yeah. We went to Far From the Tree
Yeah,
Cidery.
that was
And
different.
we
That
was-
was different.
Yeah,
I love this cider.
I do too.
I did a flight because I never had cider. I didn't know. So they were all, I've been here, I've had this one. And I said, well, listen, you might as well get me a flight so I can try them once. It was
I like
not
the
bad.
Nova,
No, it was very good.
and they have that at the Beauport Hotel.
It does.
Ooh,
Yeah.
good call.
Yep. Slightly hopped. Very good.
Minglewood carries their products too, Far From the Tree. As a matter of fact, the first time I had any Far From the Tree ciders was at Happy Belly, and I had
Okay.
the one with the jalapeno
Oh, yeah.
and the something else. It was great.
how was that?
Ectoplasm. It was called ectoplasm.
Was that one?
From Ghostbusters?
Maybe that's where they got it.
Slime of the
It has
ectoplasm.
jalapeno in it.
So we went from there. We went to the Salem
It works.
Beer Works, which I feel like was way before any of the other they were way ahead
Yeah.
of the brewery kind of
They were.
craze. They were like,
were they?
yeah, they'd probably been around for 15,
Pioneers
20
in the
years.
area.
Probably like
Yeah.
20 years now. Because I was definitely, I think I was single when they opened that place.
I remember going to the one in Boston by Fenway
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
And I know that it was prior to 20 years ago because I worked at WBCN. And my first experience with fruit and beer was
Yeah.
at Boston Beer Works.
Yeah.
I had the blueberry
Oh,
Right.
yeah, that's what
That's
we
and
what
the
we had.
watermelon.
And the watermelon.
And I was
Fun.
introduced
only
by
about
Loving the
the
watermelon.
WBCN's Krinsky, and I said, I'm not having any fruit in my beer.
Yeah.
And I tried it, and I was hooked, and it became a Red Sox game day tradition.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's that one. And then there was the one on Route 1. Was it Blue Moon? There was one on Route 1.
Oh,
Was
There
it
was a
really?
brewery on Route 1. Yeah. I think it was where Jimmy's, it is, I know it's where Jimmy's Steakhouse is now. There was a brewery there
Was there?
before,
Okay.
yeah. I'm surprised you don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
he always
I
got
don't-
stuck
I
in the
don't
produce
drink.
stand.
Yeah.
I don't drink.
So we went from there, and then we went to one of the great pizza places.
But then we took a big U-way right in the middle of the road so we can go 2 stores down.
We did?
Yeah, we
It's
did.
illegal.
What was the name of the place?
Flatbreads.
Flatbread Pizza Company.
I thought
Yeah.
it was the Coke Bear.
The Coke bear.
Coke bear.
We took the big picture in front of the polar bear.
So we took the picture in front of the polar
That's a
bear.
great photo. I saw that.
But before we took the picture, there was a family sitting behind us, back to back booths, and Chris just started ripping farts. He was mercilessly ripping farts, and
I couldn't help it. I don't typically like doing that, but I mean, the three of you were at my house the other night, and you were able to experience Joe's chili. Right. And how did that impact all of you? I mean, you don't have to get into any great detail, but it was uncontrollable. So I blame it on Joey. The chili was just too powerful.
It was unbelievably hours after that. That's what we couldn't believe.
2 days.
Yes. And
A day.
But that's why we smelled him so much, because it had that much time ruminating in his ass.
Thinking back.
your son was so upset because some college girls came in and he was
That's
eyeing
right.
up.
That's right. I ruined it for him.
And he was eyeing it up.
I ruined
he
it.
That was the
thinking
first
about
time I
things.
met your son. Was at your house.
Connor?
Great kid.
Yeah, thank you. He's down in D.C. I think he's watching us right now.
Yeah, he's on board, I believe.
We'll have to get
Well,
him out
earlier
again without
anyway.
farts.
Oh.
No, he had a good time.
We had a great day.
Speaking of drinking, Joe, I got some good news and bad news.
Okay.
Step.
The number of binge drinkers has decreased. That's the good news.
Okay.
What's the
And
source?
the
Was he dead?
definition of a binge drinker, because when I read this, I didn't realize what a binge.
I want to see
drinker-
how this applies to binge watching Netflix or something.
It's a pattern of drinking that brings a person's blood alcohol concentration to 0.08 grams or above. And for men, that means 5 or more beers within a 2-hour period, and 4 or more beverages for a female. So the number of those individuals consuming 5 or more beverages in a 2-hour period, or 4 or more for females, has decreased. But the unfortunate thing is the number of drinks those binge drinkers are consuming has gone up significantly. It has gone up a 12% increase. It rose from 472 drinks to 529 drinks, a 12% increase.
Per
I think that's got to be is that yearly?
That's impossible in 2 hours, Chris.
No. Believe me, I think it was yearly.
My guess is that's women drinking wine.
Maybe.
Well, I think it was both male and female.
But I think the women are skewing it. Because I think guys have always drank a lot, but I think the women now.
Well, it's not drinking a lot, it's the frequency. So the big question that I have for all of us is, would we put ourselves in that binge drinking category?
Only during NFL season.
I don't drink beer.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be beer. It's all alcoholic beverages.
Alcohol.
I think
more than 5 in 2 hours? No.
No.
Coors Lights, I see that during NFL Sundays. Yeah, if I'm off, if I'm not working. But Coors Lights are kind of like drinking water. What I drink, I don't drink like hardcore drinks.
I'd say beer it's easier to consume 5 beers in 2 hours than it is tequila and soda.
I beg to differ. It has been done. I'm not saying that it happens often.
You've seen it.
I've
heard about it.
I want to hear my theory. My theory is that the reason the binge drinking has gone down is because so many young adults are doing the Juuls. No, they smoke a lot. Yeah. A lot more people are replacing alcohol with weed.
It was only a small decrease, 18.9 to 18%.
But I think that was my guess is that the legalizing weed, they're going to something else.
Is this a national average or in New England? Because those numbers are way off in this North Shore.
I think it's nationally. No, it's nationally.
You got Boston and Gloucester, which is Boston to Gloucester is probably one of the biggest drinking areas on the East Coast.
And we're proud of that.
Well, it's a drinking town with a fishing problem.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, the Juul and the weed might also be the reason why the number of beverages has increased by 12%. Maybe people are doing both and saying, just keep on drinking.
That's a good point. Pat saw something very, very, very interesting.
Yes, we were down at Lane's Cove the other day, Jim and I, and we happened across a couple of guys from the Mass Wildlife banding ducks and releasing them.
Really?
My inexperienced eye tells me that they were mallard ducks. I believe they were mallards. They had a couple of yellow cases in the back of their truck, and they were lifting the ducks out. The ducks were very calm. They were not at all agitated. I was
because they shot them with darts.
So where was this located?
Down at Lane's Cove.
Lane's Cove. They were banding ducks.
Yes.
With the little metal tags.
Yes, and I put.
They crimped them on their ankles or whatever.
Yep. And some of the ducks that they picked up already had bands, so they were noting which band, what band they had, and I don't think they put another band on them if they already had a band on them, right? Is that right?
I didn't think so. What they told me was they caught the ducks right there. I'd ask them, how long were you out? I mean, it was a cold day. And they said it took about 40 minutes to catch them because all the ducks are like kind of huddled together because it's cold. And I guess when they say ducks on the pond, they weren't kidding. They said they can collect that many. And there was at least...
Yeah, the bands used to have
15 of them
phone numbers on them so that if you find one, you would report it by phone. But now it's a website, and I put it on the... I did a blog post about it this morning with some pictures.
Yep.
And I put the website on the blog post, and it will be in the show notes as well.
www.reportband.gov.
Yep.
I think there was something else going on there because I follow most of the restaurants via Instagram, and there's a lot of duck specials.
Well, one citizen
Duck
came
wings
over.
at the boatport.
Duck wings at the boat.
One citizen came over while we were standing there, and he was a little concerned about a seagull with one leg that he had seen on somewhere, and the Mass Wildlife guys were trying to reassure him that the seagull was probably going to be okay, and the citizen was, nope, he's dead. He is dead. He's not going to live.
He's lunch.
He was pretty concerned about that poor seagull. But yeah, and the guys were very patient with us. They, just doing their job, and
very nice.
It was cool. Awesome.
It was awesome to watch. It was very.
Eric and H were the guys that were working on doing the banding.
H like the letter. That's what he told us.
So we Chris moved into his new place. Chris and Charlene and his family moved into his new place.
Congratulations.
He's in the Shire now. But the interesting thing, now we have proof, visual proof. He cut the cord.
Yeah.
He mounted.
I was wondering what the update on that was.
He mounted his television. We watched the AFC and NFC championship games at his house. Wirelessly. And the picture was outstanding.
Yeah, you would never.
You'd never know. You'd never know.
So I asked you to break down the costs, and did you do that?
Well, there's only two costs.
Do you have those numbers?
We watched the games on YouTube TV, so I subscribed to YouTube TV. As a matter of fact, it hasn't cost me a penny yet because YouTube TV is running a free trial until the end of the month.
Right.
Once the trial is over, YouTube TV is like $50 a month.
And so the difference between, so I've done a lot of research on this. I haven't taken the leap yet, but the reason a lot of people, if you watch a lot of local sports,
right.
YouTube TV seems to be the one to go, streaming service to go with, because they have the local sports channels, Nesson and NBC Boston.
As I was doing my research, the biggest difference is, cost. They're all pretty comparable. Channel selection, and then the other thing that was attracted me to YouTube TV was the ability for my son Connor down in DC and my son Brendan to use my YouTube TV subscription.
Wow!
So they can watch TV at their houses without needing to be connected to my Wi-Fi,
network.
Because a lot of these services, you have to be on the same Wi-Fi in order to share it.
So if you have a $50 subscription and three family members are using it in different locations, that comes out to $17.50 per unit.
That's one way to look at it.
So there's $17.50, and then your internet connection.
My internet connection.
And how much is your internet?
The internet connection was $59.99 through Comcast.
And did you get an upgraded one, or did you get their basic service?
It's the middle one. I think it's 200
megabytes. I think.
Megabytes.
Wow.
And the other thing I did was I didn't go with the Xfinity router.
You bought one.
I bought my own, an Aris router that was $100.
So after 10, actually, I think they charge you $12 to rent their router for per month. So after 8 months, you're
free and clear.
You're making money on that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of a no-brainer.
So $67 a month compared to what? How many?
So it's $60 plus $50, $110 a month compared to.
Wait.
No, YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm breaking out your two sons are using it. In different households.
Right.
But okay, say 110 though.
Yeah, 110 versus 230.
Versus
230.
Can they run simultaneously on the streaming? So if you're watching and then he wants to watch in DC, simultaneous, no interruption, no separate login, nothing.
Here's my guess. My guess is within 2 or 3 years, like they want people to know. They secretly want people to know that you can share passwords. Once they get you on, you're less likely to swap out of it.
They did that with Spotify, in the music industry.
Yeah.
I could watch on, I could play a ceremony music on my iPad out on the front lawn for somebody that's getting married, and then inside I'd have it going too for music inside. But now they have it where you can't do that. It says you got to switch. You have to click
one or the other.
Yeah, one or the other. So that's what my question came up.
And the nice thing is, I don't know if I had this option when I was an Xfinity customer, but I have the YouTube TV app, so I can actually watch TV right now on my phone.
So you could watch local sports.
I could watch local sports.
And your iPad.
All the same channels that I get.
They must give you a certain number of devices that you can.
Yeah, there's 5. It's up to 5.
5.
Yeah.
So the other 2 households count 1, 2. How about so now how many bedrooms can you use? Now if you have.
Well, no. One bedroom I'm using Apple TV. I'm not using YouTube.
So you're paying for Apple TV then?
No, Apple TV is free. Once you buy the device.
Yeah.
Oh no! So I'm using Apple TV to get to YouTube TV.
Okay.
So
that's not a cost though?
Apple TV is not.
Okay.
You just buy the device. There are obviously things you can buy once you're on Apple TV. There's subscription.
Kate just got a new phone and she got a new iPad, and with a new iPad she says you get a free year of Apple TV. And I didn't really know what that meant.
Too. I don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely not paying anything for Apple.
So that's awesome.
TV. Yeah.
More
to come.
So more to come on that. The picture quality was fantastic.
It was, yeah.
There's you're not losing anything on picture.
No matter where,
streaming.
From the couch to your kitchen island there, that we were all hanging out, checking the chili out or lean on it.
Yeah. Now, once did the TV pause and have to buffer or anything like that?
No, it was very good.
You missed the big play.
I wanted to mention that. Pat has we're going to do a feature on Pat's crystal ball thing now.
Yeah, I brought crystal ball with me today. One of the reasons I brought it. Which camera are we?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna move it right here for you. Hold on 1 second, Pat.
This is crystal ball. It is also called a photo lens or a photo ball. And every time I get it out to take pictures with it, people ask questions about it. So this is why I thought maybe our listeners would be interested. This one is clear. They come in colors. It is a photography accessory, really. I call her CB, and we take her out and about everywhere and take pictures with her.
CB is obviously Christy Brinkley.
One of my favorites.
You decide where you
photographs
where you want to go with that. Yes, indeed.
I'm gonna do a little slideshow now of some of the photos that Pat, so people can get an idea of.
Does Jim take her out to dinner?
The other day at the Elks,
dropped her the first time, and she got her first nick.
What's happening? She's telling me
we
just got this.
Leave
and
it to the man.
It. I was holding it because she kept saying, "Get closer, I want to go there." But the sun, it was going
you have
through,
to really be
and going right.
And it was burning,
really?
and I was like,
"Oh, they burn." This is one caution I definitely need to share is that they put a warning in the box with this, but
like a magnifying glass.
But it's so fast.
Yeah.
I think it's the concentration of the glass.
Wow.
It in no time.
You can start fires with that.
I have started.
We're over at.
She started the Australian fires
for insurance purposes.
Koala bears. All the koala bears. It's Pat's fault. Fresh from the outback.
Those poor people, man. Those
we were at a local place
and animals.
That she saw a great photo, and she takes out CB and she sets it up, and I was just standing in the back watching. And meanwhile, she's getting her picture ready and focusing, and I'm watching some smoke come up here and stuff. And I'm
dry
going,
leaves, yeah.
And I'm going, honey, I think that's smoke. And she goes, yeah, I think it's going to be good. And she's
smoking,
And I said, no, honey, seriously. Then people had to walk up and say, that's on fire.
This one costs about $19, and it's available on Amazon. So when she does get banged up, and she will get banged up too much to really take pretty pictures anymore.
Because you dropped it too.
She can be easily replaced.
There's a little battle going on here.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to hang me, I'm going down.
But it's a fun little photo accessory
with me.
that a lot of people ask questions about, so I thought I would bring
It's
her
a fun.
along.
It's definitely
She's
a
a
fun.
podcast virgin.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we got another podcast video. You speak about her in the. You speak about her in the third person.
I do.
I will. So we put a link in the show notes.
Yeah, and I got a little. This is an added accessory. This little suction cup holder. It has a screw in it, so it can be put on a tripod, perhaps, or something like that. What I'm hoping is that we can suspend it. I want to find a way to suspend her.
Dangerous.
Yeah, I know.
Is that the first set of balls that we've had on this podcast? I mean,
clear ones.
The ball.
Clear ones.
Clear ones.
Yeah.
Low hanging fruit.
Low hanging fruit, but that's CV, and I encourage you to, if you want to give your hobby photography, a little boost. It's a lot of fun.
And it's not a lot of money. It's under $20.
It's not a lot of money.
Yeah.
Joe, speaking of balls, we need an update at some point. You may not have the update today on the great gift that my wife gave you for Christmas through Ballsy.
I haven't used it yet. Why don't you explain what Ballsy is?
I'm not gonna. I want the viewers, the listeners, to hear it from you when you're ready to share it.
All right, I'll try it out. This is for our viewers.
Yes,
of course.
I will
Always
try.
for a blog.
I will try this product.
Yes,
it's supposed to.
Because I have tried it.
So why don't you give us your observations?
I used it this morning.
Why don't you give us your observations?
My observations.
So why don't you explain what the product is?
It's a little gimmicky. So the product is cleansing, like soaps for the lower half, the men's lower half.
Your junk.
Okay.
Soaps for your junk.
Soaps for your junk. And it...
is that its official name?
No, it's called Ballsy.
It's so much better. Okay.
So they made one exclusively for the holidays, and it has coal in it. So literally, you put it in your hand, and it's black, and it has coal. So this morning I used it, and it's supposed to help keep things fresh down there. And then when you get out of the shower, they have this cream that you use that has a slight fragrance to it, and it's supposed to. I mean,
how would you describe this fragrance?
Inviting.
Give it about an hour, Scottie. We're all going to describe
for the viewers.
Inviting.
Oh boy.
For the viewers.
Okay.
No, but with this whole manscaping trend, it's.
I guess there's a market, right?
It's a market.
Now, you know when you go onto like Amazon and you make a purchase, and it says, people who have bought this product also purchased the Gwyneth Paltrow vagina candle.
Yeah, the vagina candle.
What is the vagina candle? I've been hearing about this vagina candle.
First you got Ballsy, now the vagina candle.
Tell me about the vagina candle.
I guess it's Gwyneth Paltrow, I believe.
It is Gwyneth Paltrow.
She has marketed and sold out of like a Yankee candle, but it's
smells
Gwyneth
like
Paltrow branded candle. Vagina scented candle.
Smells like her vagina?
I don't know this because I've never. I'm just leaving that alone.
Yeah.
But
she sold out of it.
She sold out.
I mean, I imagine there's varying degrees of pleasantness of vaginas.
It's all the rage right now on all the talk shows, radio shows, and I figured since we are a multimedia or a podcast, it needed to be brought up.
Yeah.
Equal time.
Yeah.
If you're going to equal time the ball spray, and
I said the thing, and I made one comment about this because it was brought up in a social setting, and I said, well, they said, does it smell like vagina? He says, well, it's a candle, it's got to be lit, and nobody likes a burning vagina.
No. No one likes a burning vagina.
I mean, you can go all day on the puns and jokes and stuff, but it's an actual candle.
Yeah.
That
we need to know what the fragrance is.
Yes. Well,
I think we need to. I'm gonna buy one. We'll bring it in.
Sold out.
And we'll bring it around. Everybody smells it, and then.
No, I'm out.
What do you mean?
I'm out.
What do you mean you're out?
I'm out. Not coming that day.
Pat, you're supposed to be part of the team.
I am part of the team.
It doesn't sound like you're part of the team.
We'll get you a Fabio.
Wait. No. This is the move. We get a sleeping mask, right? And everybody has a sleeping mask, and we'll do 3 candles, and we'll see if someone can identify Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina candle. What do you think?
I'm dying to.
She seems like she might be a little earthy, crunchy. I would rather have a different, maybe. Do you know who might have a better smelling vagina candle?
Who?
Is one of the less, like the one, not the one, someone that might wear the patchouli oil. More like, who do you think? Like
Victoria's
Kim Kardashian, maybe?
Kim Kardashian.
Who do you think has? Who do you think would have a better smell? Who do you think would have the highest selling scented candle?
Sorry, ladies.
Jennifer
Trying over
Aniston.
here.
This is a real candle. This is an actual
Jennifer
thing out for the
Aniston.
public.
Yeah.
Jennifer
Jennifer
Aniston
Aniston.
probably takes care of her and probably doesn't do the patchouli oil.
She uses eye drops.
Eye drops.
So
Eye drops.
yeah,
What does she use eye drops
What does
for?
she
in
use?
her eye, dry eye.
Next thing, they're going to have a Yule
Dry
plate
eye.
candle.
A what?
Yule plate, like a yogurt
Yule-
candle.
Oh, yeah. All right, we should move on.
But-
'cause we're going closer to
I'm
that
just
30
curious.
minutes.
What's the next topic?
Who do you think would probably have
I
the?
think we're at an hour and 10 minutes.
We had one more topic,
What's that?
and this is your topic: Portside Diner in
Oh,
Danvers.
Portside Diner. I don't know if any of you have been to the Portside
No.
Diner, but it's in Danvers. I forget what exit it is off of 128, but it's the downtown exit. But you take a left instead of heading to downtown Danvers. Portside Diner.
Is that near Sam's? Sam's?
Oh yeah,
Sam and Joe's?
Sam and Joe's.
Yeah, just
Right.
before it.
Right before.
It's an
Sam
actual
and
real
Joe's.
diner. Diner
It's a
At the
real
lights.
diner.
Yeah.
So what
Huh?
what
At the
intrigued me?
lights.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
at the-
right at the lights, over by Pope's Landing. But what intrigued me is as I was waiting for our breakfast, because Charlotte and I went there a couple days ago. We've been going there for years.
Yeah, because there's not many great breakfast places.
No.
It's not like Gloucester has like 10
Right.
legit breakfast
Exactly.
places.
Yeah. Even
Danvers
dinners.
only has 2 or 3.
Yeah,
Well,
even
there's
dinners.
Brothers.
There's Brothers, which is good.
And what else is there in Danvers?
For breakfast,
Dunkin' Donuts.
there's one on Route 1, but really in the downtown area, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We went to the one on Route
Yeah,
1.
that was fantastic. Yeah.
Now, can I say something? You brought up breakfast.
Yeah.
Big debate this morning between Dr. Oz and Mark Wahlberg about breakfast
Eat
not
or
being
not
the most
eat.
important meal
Oh,
of the
I've
day.
been reading about
Yeah.
this.
There's an
Yes.
online feud between Dr. Oz and Mark Wahlberg, and there's challenges being thrown out with one-legged push-ups, and then workouts in the gym, and they got it online with their Twitter or Instagrams,
Really?
and it's an actual feud. It was on the Today Show this morning.
I can't
Isn't
imagine
it
if you're gonna be active and work out
have
that going without breakfast is gonna help you.
Yeah.
See, that's
Isn't it
Wahlberg's argument is that breakfast is the
Fuel.
important meal of the day,
Yeah.
and Dr. S says no. You don't need. You skip breakfast and you do a bunch of little meals throughout the day to keep fit.
That's
Is
like
it related
keto.
That's
to the
the-
fasting dieting?
Yeah, fasting.
Well, I
keto.
mean, I think the problem with both arguments is that it's just too generalized. If you're doing an intense hour-long workout without any fuel, that's not good. You're gonna fade
good. You're gonna
early.
fade.
But if you're a regular person that has a desk job, I bet you the other way, Dr. Oz, a bunch of little meals to keep your metabolism fired is probably a better way to go. So I don't think that there is a right or wrong answer here. It's just it's for the person.
My opinion: breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And Chris, anytime you have a breakfast recommendation like the Portside,
Yeah.
I would like to check it out
Yeah.
because I like to check out different breakfast places.
Yeah.
It's my favorite meal of the day, and I think it's the most important.
Well, it's a pretty unique place. It was the Worcester lunch car number 813. So it used to be
A real
lunch
working
car for a
like-
real
yeah.
lunch car for a train, and it first started operating. Here it is in Gloucester.
Oh wow!
In Gloucester, which I was
Oh.
like blown away. It was originally known as the Cape Ann Grill back in 1948.
Location?
I don't know the location.
Do you know the
I
Supremes?
have
Do you know the
city
Supremes?
directories.
The way
Yes.
Supremes is now.
Used to be Chick's roast beef.
Used to be Chick's roast beef,
Oh, really?
and that was an actual diner
Yeah.
car too.
Right. So I bring it up not only because it's a great place to grab breakfast, really unique place. There aren't many of those train cars still around.
Agawam Diner.
Oh,
probably.
Agawam Diner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
a huge.
awesome.
The subway cars that they're auctioning off right now on the
I
news,
saw that.
$500 for all the old
Train
transit
lines, yeah, the
subway
old
cars.
Yeah.
Subway cars.
500 takes the whole
Sure.
lot was the current
Orange line, green line, red line, all those old
Yeah.
cars.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They took out, the way it's worded is, they took out the necessary equipment that maybe needed in other places. So you're not like getting actual train.
It's
The
salvaged.
bottom part. You
Yeah.
probably like
Yeah.
all the
Scrap metal,
the
maybe.
scrap metal part.
Probably
And
in
you gotta-
the
Oh,
control.
because they're made out of stainless steel. So they're like what are those Airstream like Airstream. Like people
Right.
get those and they turn them into living spaces.
Yeah.
With all this off-grid, how I'm obsessed with tiny house living. I bet you people are grabbing these things.
Well, you're right. I saw that they're doing bidding now,
Yeah.
so you can bid for
Yeah.
it.
Oh, geez, I'd love to get the link. What was the name of it?
I think it was on WCVB or WHDH.
I
You
saw
can
that.
check it
I
out
saw
online.
it.
What would the
Channel
search?
5 or Channel 7.
What would the search
Put
time?
BTA
Subway car auction,
Subway
maybe
car
Boston.
auction.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
type that in
Right.
Google or
All right, I'm
ask
gonna
Alexa
check this
or
out.
see.
I know. I remember seeing
Let's look into
green
that.
line,
Yeah.
orange line train.
Yeah.
That's really
And
cool.
I think it was from the 60s or 70s.
Well,
they were the
judging,
old cars.
Maybe
yeah.
I think the year was around the 60s or 70s.
You have to really disinfect those if you're going to live in them. The bacteria climbing all over those things.
We could make a bar.
Certain lines were on the Upper East Side, the Lower West Side. I mean, you might.
Yeah, a different one. Well, there you go. That was an awesome podcast, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
It is 10 o'clock right now, so that was an hour and 15 minutes on the nose. I'm going to...
Kim and Charlotte, thank you for the cookies again.
Yeah, thank you, guys. That was
Yes.
stuck.
They're at the
Everybody,
shop.
everybody wave goodbye right
They're
here.
at the farm.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Thanks for tuning in. Yeah.